Welcome to Louisiana Heart Beats. I'm Sudie Landry, and today I have a friend and special guest with us, Cheri Carlton. Now, Cheri is a familiar face here at Acadiana Open Channel. She has had her own show. She's going to take a little break, and she's working on other projects at this time. But I have her here today because she also makes some of the best homemade candy. I myself have not been able to taste it because usually you're out by the time you get me, or you can't get me when you do have some. But she has gone through so many stages of letting people know about her homemade candy that now Cheri agreed to come on the show today and share with you people out there what it's like and what you have to go through and give you some very important information that maybe you do not know. So Cheri, thank you for joining, and I am excited to hear what you want to talk about. Let's talk about how you got started and why did you start making candy to start with?
I've been making candy for years. I love to cook.
That's what I heard.
So,
That's what I heard.
I just love to cook, and I love to share what I cook.
Okay, I've heard that.
And it's such a blessing to have something that you do well, and have somebody pick it up and taste it, and you see their eyes close and the bliss cross their face. That's special.
Sounds good.
So, and the praline recipes that I have, I make 6 or 7.
This is all original recipes of yours.
These are
Okay.
my recipes that I have developed over the past 30 years.
Okay.
And my mind just went
That's
blank.
all right.
Isn't that-
What it is she's got so many things she wants to share that we're going to make sure that she gets to tell it all.
Yeah, I don't want to miss anything. So I started making the candy, and at first I had a real tendency to just give it away.
We do.
Which is fine, but when you go from having a $36,000 a year income
Yes.
to a fixed income,
Yes.
you can no longer afford
That's right. I
to
know.
give. Especially this stuff. I mean, my candy, I make it with half and half, and real
Whoa,
butter.
Hello.
And not pure white sugar,
The
but brown
real
sugar
stuff.
and white sugar. And brown sugar is much more expensive than white sugar. If you
I
ever
know.
look
I
at it.
have priced it.
So it reached a point where I couldn't afford to just give it away. So I started charging a nominal fee to help cover the materials
Right.
of what it costs to make
Right,
it.
right.
I wasn't looking to make a profit. I didn't care if I made a profit. Just help me pay for the materials. But what I found out was what I was doing was illegal.
And you didn't know.
I didn't know.
And a lot of innocent people get in trouble.
A lot of people don't know. You cannot take a food product that you make at home, walk down the street, and sell it. It's illegal.
It's a shame, but in a way it's good. I guess they have to monitor to be sure people have the right and not harmful ingredients, maybe? What's the reason you think?
Well, of course they're going to make it the emotional reason.
Right, right.
I was taught by a school teacher when I was in 11th grade. In any conflict or any war or in any passing of a law, there's 2 issues.
Okay.
There's the emotional issue, and then there's the real issue, which is the money issue.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
So, of course, it's about money. They want to be able to tax, and they want to be able to make sure they get their fair share. But to get the people pulled in, they're going to say it's a health risk.
Right. Right. I've heard that.
It's a health risk. It's a health risk. It's a health risk. Okay, which goes back to one of the problems I've had trying to sell the candy.
Okay.
Or getting licensure to sell candy
So
or sell it.
you're sharing the steps of what you went
so,
through.
So this is what happened. Okay, I found out I was illegal selling the candy. So I said, okay, I'll go get my label, the legalized label. Okay. You have to go through the Department of Health and Hospitals.
Wow.
To get your a label. When you go into a store and you pick up any product, there's a label. Okay, there are specific things that have to be on the label in a specific order in a specific place.
Wow. It's almost discouraging if you're not really sold out on what you're doing.
And they don't have a diagram for it. Okay? For instance, you know that your ingredients have to go on the bottom, right?
Okay.
Your weight has to be in the bottom fourth
No.
of your label.
Wow.
Your weight cannot be in the top half
Well,
of your label.
rules. Big rules.
Nitpicking. But this is it took me probably a year and a half or more before my labels were approved.
Wow.
Okay, if you're when you're making your labels and you're putting your food products, your ingredients on it, it's listed by what is the most ingredient to the ingredient that's the least in
Wow.
it. Okay, then you have to take and list the sub-ingredients
Geez, you had to be a bookkeeper.
for each ingredient. So, of course, sugar doesn't have a sub-ingredient because that's the ingredient, sugar.
Okay.
Brown sugar does not have a sub-ingredient. Half and half does.
Okay.
So you put half and half in parentheses. You have to put all the ingredients that are in half and half.
And that's just the label.
That's just that's just the
Wow.
ingredients.
Ingredients.
Then the butter, of course, has ingredients. So if you
Wow.
put butter, you have to put in parentheses what's all the ingredients in butter.
Wow.
Okay, so it's a very involved, very specific nitpicking
Trying.
process
Aggravating.
there. Process there, especially since they don't have a diagram of this. Why they can't have a diagram that says, okay, this goes in this area and this goes in this area,
Really?
but they don't.
Fill in the blanks would be nice.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Okay. And then the guy here, the man here who deals with it, he's not even the one who's approving it. It has to be sent to Baton Rouge.
Oh, wow.
And it's the guy in Baton Rouge. So even though they email it back
So
and
before
forth.
you could even start making your candy, you're already making it. Now you're finding out how to make it legal, and every step, it sounds complicated.
They
No?
make it more complicated than
Yeah.
it needs to be. They really do. But that's government, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's one challenge, is getting your label, okay? Then your next challenge is to decide whether you want to register as a business or not,
Right.
okay? I did not want to be a business. I just wanted to sell a few pralines here and there. So I did not want to be a business, so I chose not to be a business,
Okay.
okay? This is the problem I ran into in choosing not to become a business.
Really?
Buying your ingredients. Okay? You got to get them from somewheres, right?
Right.
You don't get them from just anywheres, though. Okay? If you're making a product, a food product that you're going to be selling to the public, you want to be able to protect yourself. And this is what I mean here. If I go to Walmart or Sam's and buy my sugar, my butter, and my half and half, and make a bunch of my pralines and put them out there,
Okay.
okay? And one of those products has a health risk that's associated to it. And they do a recall
Oh, wow.
on that ingredient,
Oh, no.
okay? Which is happening
Yes,
more and
I know.
more.
I've been
if you
noticing.
think about over the last 3 years, there's been a lot of it.
A lot.
Okay, so if I make this and I have a recall on one of those ingredients, Walmart and Sam's do not inform their customers that there's been a recall.
Uh-oh. Okay. Why?
Because they don't have to.
They don't have to. Okay. They don't have to, so they don't.
So they don't.
All right.
So if I buy my ingredients from there, a health risk comes up in one of these ingredients. Somebody eats one of my pralines and gets sick. Guess who's liable?
Naturally, you.
Me.
Wow.
And I can get the pantsuit off of me.
Wow.
All right. So who do you buy the ingredients from?
Right. Who?
Who do you buy? Okay. You buy your ingredients from wholesalers
Okay, so you have to.
because wholesalers have to inform their customers if there's been a recall on an ingredient that they've used.
So you have,
Because they have to recall it.
okay.
They have to come get it from you.
That was helpful
Or
information.
they have to come, call you and say, bring this back.
So that was good information.
So that, okay. But,
But, here we go.
here we go with another but.
Yeah.
Here goes another problem. Wholesalers will not sell to you unless you're a business.
Oh, no. So you got shot down again on that.
They will
Wait.
not sell to you unless you're a business.
So what happened then?
Okay? Now, this is, so you said, okay, I'm going to become a business, right?
You think it's going to solve the problem,
You
right?
think that's going to solve the problem. So you go, okay, I'm going to go to the Secretary of State and get my license and become a business. And you call the retailer back.
This time what?
And you say, I need 50 pounds of sugar, 2 gallons of half and half, and 3 pounds of butter. And then the 5 pounds of brown sugar, whatever. And he tells you, we don't sell anything less than 100 pounds of sugar,
What?
10 gallons of half and half.
Wow, gosh.
This is our floor.
Wow. Okay.
This is the least we will sell.
So,
So you're a small person who is renting probably a legal kitchen
right.
to make this stuff in because you can't make it at home. That's something I skipped. I
Right.
skipped that part. You actually have to. You can't make your stuff at home.
Has to be.
You have to make it in a legally inspected, licensed kitchen.
Yes.
So you can't make it at home. That was another issue. The cheapest one that I could find was $10 an hour.
Yes. There's a location in Lafayette. I think.
This was in
Yeah,
Lafayette. This is in Lafayette. $10 an hour.
Wow.
Some of them going toward New Orleans, and in New Orleans goes up to $40, $50 an hour.
Wow.
Yes. So you got to find, and then you got to find one who has time available. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people doing this.
So you have to reserve like the
Yes.
room. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So you don't have anywhere to put 100 pounds of sugar
Wow.
and 10 gallons of half and half.
Wow.
You don't have anywhere to store that.
So what did you do?
So what the wholesaler tells you is, that's fine, but you can have what you need at the cost of
Oh, okay.
our floor.
Wow. Either way, they're going to make money no matter what.
Yeah. So when you go to do your cost analysis, which before you start selling, before you ever go to a store and say, hey, because the stores could already have their set standards already. So before you even go do that, you need to do a cost analysis. Okay, how much does it cost to buy your materials? How much does it cost to rent your kitchen? How much time does it take you? You take all those elements and average them out and find out how much it costs to make each praline.
Wow. Talk about business, huh? Detail.
That was fun to me. That part was fun. But, everybody.
I know, but I'm thinking, wow, how discouraging, really.
The cost analysis
Yeah.
was kind of fun. But because you can't buy the amount of product that's there, that is their floor, what does that do to the cost of your praline, of making it?
Oh, boy.
It pushes it up. It pushes it up. So you're competing with other candy companies who can pay the floor,
Right.
but your product's going to end up costing more. Which is the same issue that these small mom and pop
Right.
community grocery stores have. The same problem. That's why so many of them went out of business, because they can't compete with Walmart.
Right.
Walmart has a warehouse that will store the wholesalers' floor.
Wow, I didn't know
amounts.
that.
Whereas your small mom and pop stores
Right.
don't have
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
kind
right.
of storage
yeah,
space.
I got you. Now I understand. Mm-hmm.
You're getting the idea here.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That's why when you walk into mom and pop stores, their can of corn is going to be maybe 2 times as much as the can of corn, same can of corn at Walmart,
Right. Okay, got you.
because they have to
Yeah.
cover that cost.
Right. Right.
And it's going to be the same thing making you candy or anything that you want to make,
Business, period.
food product that you want to put out there. It's crazy.
Okay,
okay.
so
So you go, okay, forget the label. Forget the label. I don't want to do the label. Let's do a push cart.
so what happened?
Let's do a push cart instead.
Okay.
Okay? So you go to the consolidated government building over there, and you start looking at what you need to do to get a push cart.
You really given us some great information. Keep going while we can.
Push cart. Okay.
Wow.
In order to get your push cart, you have to, the stuff.
Got a lot of paperwork there, lady. Wow.
This is the law
And how many pages is that? About 8?
for the push cart. It is 13 pages.
What?
Yeah, this is the law for the push cart. It's not just the push cart. It's also if a restaurant wants to put eating section on the sidewalk, or if a store wants to do an outdoor display. So it covers those 3 things.
So we've got 5 minutes left, so keep it talking, woman.
I told you we wouldn't
That's okay.
cover all this.
No, but give me an idea on
I told you we weren't.
what
gonna do
happened
this.
with the push cart. Was it worth it?
No,
Okay.
because in the end, what it boils down to, you have to get your push cart, and it has to meet their design specifications. You have to have insurance. If they determine where you're going to put it. I mean, they get you put where you want to put it, but they are the ones who actually decide. If you want more than one site, you have to pay.
Wow.
So if I want to do this site on Jefferson and Congress today, but tomorrow I want to do the site on Jefferson and Vine, that's 2 different sites, 2 different permits, and you have to pay.
So when we see
them
all
separately.
these hardworking people with their push cart and their food trucks, just think of what they had to go through
And the money they're putting out.
and the money they're putting out.
It made me have a greater appreciation for how much they
I
charge.
will, even the ones sitting in our parking lot out here.
Right, with $3 for a hot dog. Well,
Now
now
we
I
know.
know. Okay, then, and this is what really ticks me off. If you have your site,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
and there's a special event that takes place where your site sits,
Right.
you lose the rights to your site.
That is not good.
You, in order to continue to sit there, have to go to the event coordinators
And get it straight.
and get it straight,
Just
my
try.
Oh, no.
No.
You have to pay the fee as if you were setting up a booth.
Well, so how's your candy business doing?
And we haven't even got to the newest law
Yeah.
which if I can come back and do that one.
Yeah, we need to do a second part.
Get
we
it
need
for
to
that.
do a second part.
Because they passed a law in 2013 called the home cottage law.
Okay, yeah.
And it's another law to supposedly help
Oh, yeah? Okay.
people have a small business with
Yeah,
food.
we're just, okay, what we're gonna do is, there's so much that she's got to cover. I think it's very informative. I really think we need to finish up on that. And if we don't have time to do another show after this, then we can schedule for you to come back and finish talking about what we started. So, what can we maybe share with them in the last, say, 3 minutes of the show, and then we'll pick it up on the next show, part 2. This is part 1 of homemade treats. There will be a part 2
It's
with Cheri Carlton.
It's a very frustrating process. It's a very and I'll just
So
say
you
this.
either do it legal and just almost be driven crazy, or you join forces with somebody who has all these licenses, the storage.
No,
places.
oh, no.
Can you do that? Can't do that either?
Oh no! Do not buy
You either have
a push cart.
Okay.
There is no sharing.
Okay. What about putting your product in a store that's already got all this storage spot and all these licenses? Can you actually legally, with your labels, put your product in their store with some kind of contract?
Well, yeah, that's a whole complete different story.
We need to talk about that in the next show.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a whole nother complete story.
Okay, so
We didn't get that far.
we need to cover it all. It might be part 3 before it's over.
We didn't get that
Seriously.
far.
Okay, so what?
But yes, you can.
Well, that'd be
Doing this,
that'd
this,
be
this, and
encouraging
this.
in that second part show or that third part show, whatever. Okay, so
I have stores who are waiting for me to get my candy
well,
to
there's
them.
encouraging news. There's a silver lining
Yes.
in all this dark clouds right now. So what we're covering today is just you are sharing with people what you learned as you tried
And the
to get your
laws
business
behind
and the
it.
laws behind it.
And what the laws say, the specificities of the laws and all that.
That's it. That's it.
Because it's
And that is not my telephone, so hello.
It's mine. I admit it.
Okay.
She told me to turn it off. I just forgot.
That's okay. That's okay. That's who we are. We have to be normal. Okay. So they haven't come in here yet and told us to finish the show. So what else can we share? Oh, how about this? What is this for? This web page that you got written down there.
This is this is the site, the www.LafayetteLA.gov/LUS is where you find the cottage food law.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's another website. And next time we can do that, we can put the websites up where they can actually,
Okay.
where
Well,
they can
since we're going to
actually
be
pull
closing
up,
the show up, let's
pull
just.
up the laws.
Since we're going to be closing the show up right now, then I'm going to go ahead and close out and.
They can email me
Yeah,
at my email, and I can give them the sites.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to say. Right
Yeah.
now, we've had part 1 of homemade treats, and this is Cheri Carlton. And what it is that she is sharing so much information that we're going to break it down into another show, which will be part 2. But if you have any questions on anything that you have heard her say on this show, please feel free to email her at her email address. And since we don't see it on the screen, would you repeat it again?
It's newstarrising21@gmail.com. He put it back up. Look at that.
Oh, look at there. Thank you. Well,
But let me say something real quick. If you're selling them on the street without a label, in no circumstances is it legal to sell your candy on the street. Under no circumstances.
and there will be more about that later. And thank you for tuning in. This has been Louisiana Heart Beats. It's on every Tuesday night, Cox Cable 16, and it just might be you or Cheri that we're showcasing. We are here to inform you of what's going on, and I think you'll be interested in waiting for part 2 of homemade treats. Thank you for watching.
Good night.